the Velvet Room, a space for an open conversation about Black love, marriage, religion, and generational wealth. Sit back and relax and be prepared for a real discussion and open conversation. Like and subscribe.
What up? How y'all doing?
What's up, party people? What's going on? It's good to see y'all beautiful faces.
It's been a while. And we got some new faces in, so we had a pretty good day. Yeah. Got some new faces here.
Yeah, buddy.
But, you know, it's been a while since I've seen you guys. And I guess we can play catch up. It's been so much. So then we have new people too, so we'll definitely get into that. Sherry, what you been up to? Sherry, what you been up to?
If y'all can still hear me, I would just start having technical difficulties. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I'm back.
You back. You're back.
What's up, family? How is everyone? Oh my God. Y'all looking good in these streets. Y'all looking good. I see some head, some lashes, okay? I'm doing good. I'm gonna start it off with, it's okay, what I'm drinking. Y'all know I just got back from Jamaica. And I brought some Patron. Yeah, I brought some Patron. I should have had the bottle to show you guys. They engraved my name on it. But this is eggnog with just a little bit of Patron. Just a little bit.
Oh, your stuff you messed up tonight. Your stuff you messed all up.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I love eggnog.
What y'all drinking tonight?
From South Carolina. Hold up. Eric's look real for a second now. Eric drinks look real for a second.
What's that, watermelon juice?
It is real. Straight from the cranberry tree.
Nothing wrong with that. I prefer grapes, but hey, take the cranberry.
Well, me and myself, I'm doing a little cranberry mango. You already know, man. We can't go no deeper than that.
Okay,
I might get too far out there.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Kim, what you got?
I just have water. I'm on an alcohol detox.
Detox? You was alcoholic?
No. No, I was not.
Be careful what you say.
No.
You say detox.
No, detoxing, just taking a break from it,
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, kudos to you. That's just
B, what you got? What you drinking?
It's fruit punch.
Fruit punch.
yeah.
We got
Look at the juice people on the bottom line. Yeah, buddy. Juicing up.
I got the tambourine. Bring up the tambourine.
We in the building, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy, that is so funny.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
what you say you drinking, B?
Good fellowship with my brother. He had his tambourine. That was good.
Mango. Keith, what you drinking on?
I have zero.
You have zero.
Yeah.
Is that a no calorie drink? That's water, right?
And that's the candy bar.
As they
That's the
say
candy
back
bar.
in the day, the old school elders, swallow your spit.
Ooh.
I haven't heard that in a while.
I mean, that's what I
That's
heard.
survival mode. That's survival mode.
All right. So, wait. What have you been doing since the last season? I know you've been everywhere. You've been living a life.
Yeah. I'm trying to hold it together. October was my birthday month, Libras.
Whoop, whoop.
Birthday.
Yeah, so I thank you.
Okay.
I did a lot of little of everything. I went to DC to see one of my favorite women groups, Sweet Honey in the Rock. I went to Philly to see Kevin Hart. I went to the Cayman Islands. I went to Jamaica. I went to Maryland. Did I go to New York or Jersey? But I had some good times.
Nice.
Let's be nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nice.
But I'm going to slow it down right now. I'm going to slow it down.
Man, you be moving. I need to get your job.
Damn.
You know, she's like at a concert every week. At a concert every week.
See.
Oh,
all
yeah.
over
Last weekend, we went to see, who went to A&T's Homecoming? And saw Ty Trippett and Leandra Johnson. Anyone was there? No one was there. Okay, I was there last weekend. That was here in Greensboro. That was amazing.
All right.
Cool. These are what you've been up to since last time last season.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Actually, I do know, but I'm keeping that under wraps. I'm keeping that under wraps until it's time to let
I
out.
thought I saw you.
Oh, but can I say something to you, Deeza? If what you're keeping on the wraps has anything to do with one of your many businesses, I have been, for Christmas last year, you gave me some shea butter. Do you remember, with the gold top? I don't know if you remember, but you gave me some shea butter. I love it. I think you did.
Was it in the medicine bottle?
I don't know. You gave me a couple little things and bottles in a gold robe, but
Okay.
I'm sure you gave me the shea butter too, because you gave me a lot of little things. And
See, you know why she don't remember? Because like you said, with her many jobs, well, her sister probably did that for her
okay.
and sent it to you. It's like, I don't know what my sister got. I don't know what big money. Y'all be pimping, man. I tell you.
We used to. I'm glad you like it though. I'm glad.
Yeah. I love my gold robe, but I love the and my cold wash shampoo.
Go ahead on, mama. I'm
Hey,
glad.
what you been up to, man? What's been up with you, E?
Man, just been enjoying life. You know, retirement life is good. You know, just been going here and there, spending time with family. Matter of fact, I just got back today from my brother's house, who live in Cape Coral, Florida. Just going to play golf with him for the past 3 or 4 days. We played golf. So, you know, just enjoying life. I'm all about enjoying life, enjoying loved ones and those who want to be around, and just enjoy the moment, you know?
Right.
Because I'm allergic to negativity. I'm going to tell you that. I'm allergic to negativity. Every time I go to a doctor, they ask me what I'm allergic to. I say negative people. So,
Yeah. That's
So that
right.
means he can give you the prostate when he put positive on his finger.
yeah. Oh, that was cute. Man.
I try. Yeah, so man. You know what? Eric just said he retired. I'm thinking like, you know what? What you mean retired? Like, you know, like
That's a
like
magic
your
word.
looks and retirement go in the same sense. You're too young to be retired, brother.
Well, you know, that means do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to
Magic
work, I'll
word.
work. If I don't want. So, you know, it's just God blessed me to be in the military 29 years. So, you know, I give him all the glory for my position today. And doesn't mean I'm retired from working, but I'm retired in a state of mind to go and come when I want.
Right. Cool. And we got 3 other new guests today. Right next to you, Miss B. How you doing, Miss B?
I'm wonderful. Glad to be here.
Glad you with us.
Thanks.
So now, what have you been up to? You know, you have been on the show a couple of times. What you been up to this past year?
Yeah, so I'm still in grad school, so that continues to hold off my time, but good thing, getting closer to the end.
Okay.
Counselor, so I'm excited about that. Being a mama, working, like Eric, enjoying life because I too am allergic to negativity. Want to get one, and with all the negativity in the world, I always want to have moments of joy. I always look for opportunities to do, whether it's getting the ice cream I like or going away on a getaway or whatever. Just enjoy.
Right.
And help another.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, and the
Yeah,
opposite side of
very
you,
nice, very nice.
the other juice drinker, you got Mr. Church. How you doing, Mr. Church?
I'm cooling out, doing what I do, man. Just enjoying life. You already know.
Man,
Definitely.
hey, man, I'm glad you
Yeah,
coming on the
buddy.
show. So,
My man.
first time you was on this show, but what you been up to lately, man?
Actually, I do a movement called Church in the Streets, and as well, I've been traveling, having fun. Actually, the beginning of possibly like the middle of last month, I had the privilege of hanging out with my brother E with the legends of the community out here in Kinston, man. We got to
Yeah,
meet those
buddy.
Marines. I think that was the most exciting thing I've done all this year, considering we've been on the show together. But other than that, I was in DC last week. I'm just getting back from Atlantic City this week, so it's a beautiful thing, man. Just grateful, man. Giving God glory, giving God praise, and just grateful for who I am and where He's taking me.
Right.
Amen. Yeah.
Cool.
Amen.
Right.
Good to
And
have you,
last but
brother.
not
Good to
least,
have you on the show, brother.
We got Coach K. How you doing, Coach K? Here.
Face to people who don't know me, but yeah, I'm excited to be with a new group of people. And what I have been up to, I host my own podcast, and I'm an author and a life coach. So I just do my networking. Oh, and let me not forget the most important thing is I'm a mother to a 11-year-old little boy. So yeah, that's what I've been busy up to, doing all those things like that. So yeah, I'm excited to be with you guys today.
Great. Glad to have you.
We got something in common, Kim. Well, I got 11-year-old. We got something in common. 11-year-old.
Okay. Cool.
And let me see here. So let's get started. What's on your mind? Tell me something that just pisses you off. I'm just gonna start. Something that pisses me off. Somebody with some whack internet connection, man.
What?
Get that aluminum foil out.
Right.
You're not
know,
throwing
man.
out hints, are you?
Well, no, that's just period.
It sounds like it, don't it?
Yeah.
Listen. I've been playing my boy Xbox Live, right? And then when I'm playing them, if it's lagging, he's like, "Yo, man, yours." No, it ain't mine. It's your internet. I'm sensitive about my internet. Like I got the high speed, brother. It ain't me. It's you. So
Okay, I have one. So I don't struggle
What
from
you got,
road
Sheila?
rage or anything. But just because I had to stop at the supermarket after church today, it just totally behooves me how I'm coming out of the parking lot or coming out of the parking space and you fighting to get in. You can't get in until I get out.
Yeah.
Let me get out the parking space and it's all yours. I want to get out so you can get in.
Yeah.
So it totally, I don't get it when people are just bum rushing you. You got it, dude. You right behind me. No one else gonna get it but you. So let me get out of the parking spot. I don't know. That just
Hey, it's gonna get worse in the holidays, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
A lot worse with holidays.
Yeah.
that's coming up soon.
Cool. Anybody got anything? Anything that pisses you off? What gets on your nerves?
People that think they know everything, got all
Everything.
the answers. All the answers.
Yeah. There's a lot of people like that out there.
Yes.
I love it. It sounds like we not too pissed off this Sunday.
We're taking it easy today.
Yeah.
Anybody?
If I could say one thing that pisses me off, it would probably be someone who just lies for no reason.
Oh, girl.
Little things.
And they,
Little things.
but they got a reason. It's
So
just
that reason, that's fine.
It's okay when they have a reason, right? Wow.
to hide.
Okay. They have a reason, but the thing is so small that you don't even have to lie about it.
Right. But they
Yeah.
habitual at this point, so they
Yeah.
can't help
Habitual
themselves.
liars,
They just
yeah.
lie.
Let me tell you.
The most amazing thing is
Can
the
I
Bible
add
says
to
a lie
that?
in
Can
the
I add to that, Kim?
Sure.
Can I add to that? Not only do they lie, but their friends go along with them as if it's the truth.
Right.
That's what I don't like. The so-called friends, instead of them telling, girl, stop lying so much, they
Right.
go along with them.
Yeah.
They enable the lie.
That's what I don't like. Yeah. Like, I grew up with you since we was in the 3rd grade, so I might as well back you up.
Right.
So would you call them lie lovers or something?
Oh, yeah.
Them lie
Fake.
lovers.
Fake, yeah, something like that. Call them hellbound.
That's a key word. What
We
you
can
just
think of
said.
plenty of names.
I don't like within my own atmosphere. I have to speak for myself, but I do not like the key word you just said, enabling. I am somebody who I'm almost could be slightly mean. I do not like enabling within myself, and I don't like to see enabling within others. I hate it to the core. To the core. Yeah. Doing too much.
Okay.
Just doing too much.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else got anything before we move on?
Hello
Next
to
segment?
this Facebook user that says, hello, everyone invited by Shinwei. Unknown name. Hello to you, Facebook
I
user.
see a couple
guess
people
Facebook
saying
just
bye
came
about
out.
your way. Where they name?
Hey.
Yeah, it might be from YouTube, probably. I think it's a Facebook user. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
a good question.
Say Facebook.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out. Let's see what's going on today.
And Nicole.
What's going
Hello,
on in the
Nicole.
news.
In the news.
Oh, here we go.
Mhm. Ooh, what the hell?
And now it's time for the news. Hot topics.
Yo, what's going on? What's happening? This is your boy coming to bring you the news. I got 2 for you today. Have y'all heard about Dwayne Wade and his ex-girlfriend? I guess you pronounce it Sylvan. But anyway, his ex-wife, His ex-wife, they battling over their son, Zaya?
Yeah.
Zaya? Everybody
Yeah.
pronounce it.
Mhm.
But anyway, they are battling over the name change that they want to do. Dwayne Wade wants to go forward with permanently changing his identity. And his ex-wife has said, no. Wait till the child is old enough where they can change their own identity. So come December the 12th, I guess they're going to have a court case to finalize whether or not Dwayne Wade can change the identity of Zaya versus his ex-wife saying, no, hold up, we're not going to do that. So right now they're battling, going back and forth, arguing over that point.
Right.
All right. And topic number 2, hot news number 2. Y'all heard about P. Diddy and Michael Ferguson? He's an actor of this show, I guess called Power.
Yeah.
What it is, Diddy, go out there and Google it, YouTube it. He did a Halloween costume called the Joker, and he really played the Joker.
He was just like him.
Dressed up, so yeah, looked just like him. So he saw Michael Ferguson. I guess he went up to Michael Ferguson, all in his space and everything. Michael Ferguson said, "Hold up, man, get back, man." And they started exchanging words. He was like, P. Diddy was like, "What? You don't like me? You don't like me?" Like the Joker. So, this guy, he was getting really mad, and they start cursing at one another. And he told P. Diddy, security guard, get back, don't touch me. And P. Diddy was like, man, what, you see me out in the street, you want to battle? What, you want to go with it? He said, well, we can go with it. We can do what you want to do. What's up? So then he didn't know that was P. Diddy until later on. P. Diddy, I mean, they were really.
Oh, he didn't know. Okay. Okay.
He said, "This is Puff, man. This is Puff." He said, "Oh, what's up, man? What's up?" And so they settled it right then and there. P. Diddy again. He was going up with a rifle to people's cars and everything, scaring people and getting up in their face and laughing like the Joker. So, to me, what do you expect someone to do when you get all in their private space?
Hey, yo,
so,
the dude was kind of big too. He wasn't a small dude.
No, he ain't a small dude. So
yeah, that dude. Yeah,
those are two topics for this week. Yeah.
I didn't hear about P. Diddy doing that, but just FYI, I was reading, I think today or yesterday, P. Diddy just purchased it's in the works, I should say, pending, but it looks like it's about to go down for $185 million. One of the largest CBD manufacturers. Wow. And he's one of the first celebrities to publicly go open and to make such a huge financial investment. So celebrities have been dibbling dabbling, but 185 million, this is definitely going to be a major deal. And so I'm going to watch out for that. I think it's going to be interesting to see what he does with that.
You know what? I know a lot of people may not like him, but that dude, man, I mean, just his drive and his taste, you got to give it to him. I mean, he ain't going to, you might not like him, but he ain't going to never disappoint in quality. He's always going to try to give you.
Now his daughters are into modeling.
Yeah.
His daughters are into modeling their own clothing line.
I'm an Ultimate fan. I'm in my 40s from New York. I was there, Uptown Records parties, to see where it's gone. Like him and Jay-Z is like, oh.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm
him and Jay-Z,
super duper proud of these dudes.
Yeah. Yep.
But thank you for the news, Eric.
Yeah. Back to you, Anthony.
All right, so here we go. We can get to the topic of the day. All right. This should be a good one. What do y'all think the reason why modern relationships today struggle? And who do you think is to blame, the men or women? Now, we have to pick a side. Now, we're going to play it too safe. Like you got to say something. So don't play it safe. We're going to do it. So, Shinway, why do you think
No, we not going to do this season.
Okay,
I'm protesting. I am not going first.
Okay, I'll go first. I'm going to say the reason why modern relationships struggle because of the women. Boom.
Okay.
Let me drop the mic.
Oh, let me say
now,
that.
that's all I
You got to
need.
expound. Expound.
That's all I need to do.
Let him say more. Give us at least a reason.
I'm sorry, y'all. My face. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It just happened. My
You open up a can of worms.
Okay, let him at least give us a reason before we get in that. Go ahead. What's the reason? Why is women?
I think that money changes a lot of things, especially with women nowadays, and they just have a different, attitude towards men. What up, Savage? Now, shout out to Savage.
What's going on?
Hey.
Never still what's on the show.
Hey.
I mean, I think nowadays, I still think the guys are pretty much doing the same thing they've been doing, except for I don't think a lot of guys are really trying to commit like they used to. But I think guys are doing the same thing they always have been doing. But I do think that because of the money that women are making now, they don't have to actually depend on the man to stay there. But also, I think some women think because they're making a lot of money that they don't have any faults. Money can cover up a lot of things, with male or female. And so I think that just because you make good money don't mean you're not toxic. You don't mean you don't have nothing you need to work on too. You don't mean you're perfect. So that's why I say that.
So are you saying that women are making more money, and because we're making more money, we feel that we're not toxic? I just want to get clarity.
No, I'm saying that I think the way women choose guys because they're making money. It's like they have such a high standard. But like all these things that guys need to work on, but like just because you're making money, I mean, you don't need to work on anything either.
Hey, excuse me, can I say something for a second? Anthony, I don't want you to dig a hole for yourself because they getting ready to jump on you like vultures.
Nah.
They working on you. You see how she holding her chin? And you see how she already jumped out there and asked the question? You better be very careful with what you're saying, my brother.
But by
the opposite side.
Some truth to the statement. There is a little bit of truth to the statement.
There is.
Because
there is some truth.
There is some truth to that statement. Because if we've talked about this in earlier shows, if we go back, 40 years or whatever the case may be, there was a time where Black women weren't making, and by design, we weren't making as much income. So the mentality at that time was not based upon, I need me to have a 6-figure man. I need him to be da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. We understood family structure at that particular time, and we picked our mates and we stayed in we had families. The families were stronger. It wasn't necessarily perfect, but it's better than, in the sense of family structure, than it is today. And so as we got more education as time went by, and as they uplifted the Black woman over the Black male, and the male not making as much money as the Black female, then we started developing that type of mindset of what the kind of man that we want him to be, whether he's a rapper, making all this money, or whatever the case may be, instead of understanding the value of union and us being together. But there was an underline of give her more so she becomes the head of a household. Give her more. And with more comes a different kind of mentality too as well. Not with all women, but it is out there. It's very prevalent, very real.
Yeah, I mean, from the standpoint of finances, there's a saying, we know it, romance without finance is a nuisance, right? So we definitely know that money is a big part of relationships. But I'm going to definitely say the buck doesn't start or end there. I think there's so many different, we could decompartmentalize why relationships don't work, whether it's the collective or isolated situations. People are not coming to relationships whole, period. I mean, I've said it in past seasons on this show. I heard a pastor say one time, and it's forever stayed with me, romance is not gazing into each other's eyes, but it's gazing in the same direction. A lot of times we romanticize romance, and it's this pseudo reality that's just not real, and it's not even tangible, because it's not even something that you can hold on. It's fiction. It's based on Hollywood. It's not based on the things that make strong relationships. So I mean, I know you want us to pick a side, and only because you want us to pick a side.
No, we ain't doing that today.
Only because I'm picking a side. I feel like it's not one or the other. Truth be told, I said that's my disclaimer. But if I had to pick a side, I'm gonna put it on the ladies, because I feel that we have a lot of control in the relationship.
Aaron, y'all need to bring out the tamarines on that one.
I am. We don't really house our power, our womanness. I mean, pun intended. We just really don't stand in our power, and a lot of times we enable. I know that word was thrown out earlier in the show, and we don't hold our partners accountable. It dictates a lot in the relationship. I mean, I can go on and on, but I think that as women, our roles, as we said, have been changing. We are now the head of households, and with that change in role comes a lot of responsibility on us, to really say what is the ultimate goal here. What's the goal? What are we trying to do? Is it really about me being a boss? Do you really want to be by yourself, or do you want to be in a partnership? And what do you need to do to make this work? So many of my friends are out their significant other, but when you talk to them, There's so many things that they don't want to compromise on.
Right.
So I don't know
Yeah.
how this is gonna work.
But you know, though,
You have to-
honestly, I think it started with the men. I think it was with men first, but I think it's ending with the women. But that's just my opinion.
What do you mean by that? It started with the men because
I think women, they went through a lot back then. But I think at the same time back then I think that the black man, he didn't have no example. He didn't know. They didn't know. They didn't know what they was doing because the parents before that probably were slaves. And so, like I always say that, the owner probably used to beat him, and he passed the behavior on to his wife. She passed it on to the kids. That's where whippings came from, even with kids. So I think that when we finally got on our own, I don't think we kind of, your behavior, you did what you saw. That's what you knew. They didn't have a good example before them. So I just think that's why a lot of men, messed up the way that they did, because it had to be really hard being a black man back then, because even just, with just the white people just trying to make it hard for black men, it had to be a lot for him to just deal with, period. So I just think they didn't know. Not making an excuse. I mean, I know I can't say it's right to ever hit a woman or treat a woman.
We're in this modern time now. We're in this modern time.
That's what I was thinking. We talking about we supposed to be talking about modern relationships.
Right, but I'm saying that's why I said I think it started at.
Hold
I'm
on,
saying,
okay,
that's why I think it started.
We can't deal with modern without dealing with what happened in the past. If it hasn't been repaired, then all you have to do is
exactly. That's it right there. And look, I want to say this right. Like when you really look at it, it goes all the way back to Adam and Eve in the very beginning. When the male became submissive to what God said not do, we're still dealing with that today. So you can talk about modern all day, but guess what? Until you overcome the fact that men be submissive to women, not only because of their position, but because of their wants and desires. So sometimes a man will become submissive based on what he's desiring from the woman when he know God told him to place his dominance in position from the very beginning. And sometimes as men, we don't walk in the dominant role or position that we should, and it hinders us from holding the position or the standard when we step into these modern relationships.
And ladies had to allow you to do that too, because see, that's a problem. I think in modern times.
And just to add to that, because this is a very sensitive topic for us ladies, when you start talking about submission and dominant, that everyone that's a male doesn't hold that position. Yeah, everyone that's a male is not a leader. And what happens, and this is how a lot of women are wounded, they submit to the wrong man. Mm-hmm. They submit to someone who didn't earn that. And they give it to him, expecting him to be ready, expecting him to know what to do with it. And he doesn't. And he wounds her. And then it's like, okay, she now puts every man in the same box that he's in.
That's right. But let's be mindful. Everything happens in time or with timing. You understand? You don't just go head over heels because the guy has the job or the guy has the potential. In other words, he has to show who he is before you open the doors to your house. You understand? I'm not just necessarily talking about your physical home. I'm talking about the doors to your mind, the doors to your lifestyle, the doors to your personality. I'm talking about everything as a whole. So you have to be totally... Go ahead.
I agree that you're talking about a collective, but what I'm saying is a lot of women drink the Kool-Aid because a man is a man, he's a man, and it's a little bit deeper than that. And right now, I think in terms of masculinity, a lot of society has trained us to judge a man by his masculinity, by the size of his penis and the size of his wallet, and it's so much bigger than that. It's so that's what makes
has told us.
Yes,
but you gotta go back to the basics. Like right now, when I remember starting my relationship with my wife, I remember when my relationship started with my wife, guess what? When we first started, we dated for 25 years, right? Well, we've been married 15 years. We dated for 10 years on and off. But when we started dating, I was in the world. I was doing any and everything I wanted to do. But we learned each other over a period of time. when I got my life together and realized I wanted to settle down, that's when I became more serious. That's when I began to invite her to church and show her who I was trying to be and what I was trying to do. But understand this, a lot of times in modern times, people want the girlfriend to be the wife when you were never married. You want the paperwork, but you don't want the seal. So you have to be very careful in what you're asking for when it pertains to a modern day relationship.
Right.
And modern day relationships, they're saying girlfriend and boyfriend are husband and wives, and the title is really not there, or the paperwork isn't really there.
Right. Kim.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm gonna say, since we have to pick a side, I'm going to say the men. And the reason why I'm gonna say the men is because if we're going back, the man is supposed to be, if this is what you believe, the man is supposed to be the leader, the head, right? The woman is the helper. Okay, so if the man is the lead, where are you leading me? Do you know who you are? Do you know your purpose? Do you know where you're going? Do you have direction? Where is your moral compass? Like, all of those things are something a person should know before they even decide.
I like everything you just said. That was on point.
Yeah, before you even decide to say, I want a husband or a wife, I think you need to know all of those things as an individual single person, because your mindset is going to be different. The decisions you make is going to be different. And you're not just going to be out just doing all kind of things just because you can do it, but is it wise for you to do it? Where is it leading you? So that's my standpoint. I feel like if the man is the lead, if he is the head, and if he is a man that has no direction or moral compass for himself, the only place he can lead that woman or that family is where he is as a man.
Makes sense.
Right. I just want to read some of the comments in the chat room. One of our Facebook users said, and it sounds like they're in unison with what we're saying here. In my experience so far, most men just want to jump in the bed. Oh, I didn't see that part. Most men just want to jump in the bed before getting to know you. Can we know each other first and build a bond? So it's that latter part that I think we're saying is important for us to connect. I'm seeing here that Savage said he blames the men.
I'm surprised about that.
Yeah, he said he
Shout out to Savage,
owns it. Yeah, he owned it. Sasha Henderson said, "That's right, brother." He said women and children. He continued to say women and children have nothing to look up to anymore. That's true.
Yeah,
they're watching us.
It falls far in between because a lot of the men aren't walking in position anymore, and I totally agree to that.
Yeah. Do you know at the same time, not taking anything away from what we can do as women to change that, because we do have power to change that. So we do, as she said, men just seem like they just want to jump into the bed. Well, we dictate. I'm going to assume that he would be okay to do that. We know this by now, right? If you give it, then hey. However, we got to get to a point that we demand respect. So when we demand respect and put our stipulations out front, like this is not going to happen, I deserve more, I need more, I want more, blah, 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 whatever the case may be, then of course they're going to have to deal with you differently and they're going to respect you. So it's what we put out. It's what we, the women, we control that. So I don't blame man, because we have to get to a point that we take accountability too. That we say, hey, you know what? I can't blame him, because where was I at that particular time? Why did I allow this to happen? Mm-hmm. Why do I not feel whole about myself? Why didn't I put out this out front? So, yeah, he's going to do it if we allow it. But
And
if we don't
speaking to
allow
the
it, then
women, speaking to the woman, just to second that, and be okay if he doesn't choose you.
yeah.
If you're standing in that truth, and that's what you're standing for, be okay if that man doesn't choose you, because evidently he's not the man for you. He may be the man for someone, right? Someone may be okay, because what I've learned is what I may not do, somebody definitely will.
So if I can say something,
Being totally honest, with a lot of the women.
Hey, hold up. Let me say something. She haven't said anything yet.
I was going to actually, my point was just that when I read this question, I saw the reason as options, but I blame women because we give men way too many options. Now, like there was a time when we would hold off between doing that, but what Becky won't do, Barbara will, and vice versa, right? Like it's all these things, and so men, we have social media. You used to just have like the people you work with, the people in your neighborhood. Now you literally have a whole world, right?
Competing, yes.
And people will slide people in and out, right? Like you can really have quadruple lives, and so I blame women if I have to take a position, because I think it happens both ways. That it's because we've given away our power.
Yeah. Well
Now,
said.
when you say you're in your power, what do you mean now?
So I think there were times when men had to work for sexual intimacy. Is what I'm referring to, right? Like
But-
they were kind of go ahead.
Yeah, but if you take the sex away, that still don't mean he ain't trash. I mean, there's other things about him, even after that part. I think that what I realized with myself is I had to think one day, like, I think I'm looking for the most complete person I can find. Sometimes if someone, you date a guy who's really bad with money or wasn't working, then you say, you know what, the next guy, he got to have this. So you look for that number one thing, you just go after that thing instead of, you need that balance. You want someone that's a little good like this, that he's good in a lot of different areas, not just one or two.
Right. So I was talking about options. So options could be, that's one thing, right, that a lot of people talk about, but it could be financial options, as you named. It could be like some men are great at like the home improvement thing, right? They can do everything, and women like that. But some people want to be able to have somebody they can hire to do that. I mean, their options mean lots of different things, but one in particular is the sexual option. As my sisters were saying earlier, that there was a time when you would wait longer. And like Shinwei said, that you have to be content with if that's not what you want to do, right? And that's not the one for you. You wait until the next person comes along.
Because let's be real, there's people stepping up to the plate that they have these expectations of you, which is what we're talking about, for us to be intimate. We don't know each other. We haven't. I mean, what are we doing here? And if we look into into the, I'm trying to think with the animals. What do we call that in the wild? Animals. The bird got to dance. He got to have the prettiest feather. He got to be able to cock-a-doodle-doo, sing a song. He got to be able to do something to prove to me. And all the birds, I'm gonna pick the male with the biggest feather. I'm gonna pick the man who could sing the best song, who could beat his chest the hardest. He has to prove to me he's deserving of my attention. I mean, right. But come on, some sisters, man, we just taking anything. Brothers too. If they got a big booty and a smile, it's enough. And that's not femininity. Anybody could pay for that now. So we gotta.
Right. Eric haven't said anything yet. What are you gonna say, Eric?
Let's look at it this way. In order for a man to be the head or to be the leader, he first has to be involved with someone. And when he's involved with someone, what makes me think is what drew her to him, or what drew him to her, I should say. Right. So obviously, what drew him to her must have been something that was appeasing. Whatever it was, whether it was money, whether it was sex, it's something that she wanted. So the fact that men just want to jump in bed, I think women want to be in bed because she wouldn't have been there in the first place. We first have to recognize she don't get into the bed unless she goes. So it ain't the man's fault. And I want to say, love was the reason why so many relationships struggle is because love wasn't there in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So many people are excited. They have companionship. Oh, he make me laugh. and this and that, but it's not about love.
That's right.
It's not about love. That's the part that is causing relationship to struggle. And because people don't look at family doesn't attract people anymore. Family doesn't attract people anymore. It used to be where we were a family. We sat around, we talked to one another, we worked things out. Now it's, oh, I got my money, you got your money, I can get up and go. Forget you. You made me mad yesterday. Matter of fact, you made me mad 6 months ago. I still ain't forgetting you for that. So where is the love in all of this? It doesn't attract people today. It's just the excitement that attracts people. What they drive, what they look like, how they smell, how many roses they got.
Do they have a passport?
What happened to the love?
It's funny. I was polling people. I didn't even speak on any of my notes. But I was asking someone at church this question, and one brother said, ironically, who got divorced, he said pride. He said too many people are prideful. Yeah. And that's and you're right, because if love is primary, right, pride should take a second fiddle to that, and it doesn't happen. Yeah. It doesn't happen.
I haven't told you which side that I favor is the reason for this. Of course, it can be. We know it can be both sides, but primary because of statistics, it's women. Women are 70 to 80% ones that file for divorce. Relationships statistics. A relationship average lasts 2 years and 9 months. And my thing is, if love is there, what is causing you to be separated from the person who you wanted to spend your life with? What is that one thing? I'm not saying domestic abuse. Domestic abuse ain't the problem through it all. It can be as little as you didn't take the trash out. I'm mad at you because you waved at some female who you knew back in 20 years ago.
And that's what I'm saying.
And that one thing right there can drive somebody to divorce. The microwave relationship instead of a crock pot, slowly cooking. Slowly. It doesn't take, you don't get heated up too quick, but put it in a microwave, you get heated up just like that. And you ready to explode and leave the relationship. What happened to the love?
What happened to the
That's
love?
the question.
What do you say?
Relationship.
Oh, I was gonna say, what do you say when people have been married for 20 plus years and they are now divorcing? So just because statistics says that 80% of women file for divorce, that doesn't mean that it's the woman's fault. It's just the woman decided that, hey, I'm gonna be the one to make
the decision to file.
To initiate the process. It doesn't mean that they started it or they even wanted the divorce.
But you got to so
why we like to say this is what statistics says, but why? That's where the issue is, behind the why. Why?
You mean like why did she file for divorce?
Yes, I think.
And women tend to, oh no, Coach K, you're breaking up. But just to piggyback, there you go. We can see you now. We got you.
She froze again.
Okay.
Women are the stronger communicators a lot of time in the relationship. And the stronger communicator drives the relationship because communication is just so essential. So you got to speak up. And so a lot of times if you're not speaking up, you're not being heard.
Honestly though, I think for one thing, women don't want to do any work nowadays. They don't want to put any work in a relationship. They want to be just come to them. Because even like what
you maintain the relationship, when you say not work, are you talking about doing things?
What you just said? What's the part you were just talking about? About the communicating, right? Well, as men, we never were big communicators anyway. You're supposed to teach us how to communicate. You're supposed to communicate. We're not born communicating. We're taught to be tough and hold our feelings in. We can't be emotional all the time and break it down and crying. So y'all help us. And y'all the only ones we can actually be vulnerable with is your woman. But we can't be like that all the time. So you have to You have to bring that out of us. We don't come just all open. We don't do that. Guys we keep the stuff in like this all the time. So you're supposed to be able to put in some work.
Can I say something?
Women don't want to put in work nowadays, to me.
Can I say something?
Because sometimes we don't even stay in it long enough. Now I have to go back for a second and think about that, because if he says stats say that women are the faster or more amounts of women divorce the men, but I get to thinking about what is it about this person that we went into the marriage in the first place? Why do we go into why did we make that commitment with this individual through thick, through thin, through hard times, throughout? If certain things we're going to leave for maybe abuse or things, that's something that may not be something you can stay in a relationship for. But all these other things, it's like, do we stay in it long enough? Do we stay in it long enough to maneuver or learn? If he's not a good communicator, do we stay in it long enough to know how to strategically work with this person, to learn this person, to bring out the best with this person? Did we go into the marriage with realistic viewpoints and that's why we get out of it so fast, which comes back down to the woman at the end of the day, because it goes back down to, I cannot blame him. Why did I get with him?
There you go.
And while I'm in this relationship with him that I chose, now I have to learn how to make the best, because he may not be that thinker. He don't think like we think. I'm a strategic thinker. You're a strategic thinker. So I have to think about, how do I maneuver with this man? Can I maneuver with this man? So I think that at the end of the day, it comes back down to us, because we have so much control, because we have so much power, and because we chose the individual when we became mates.
I have to read Denise's comment in the chat. I think it's profound, and it piggybacks even off what you're saying. Denise said, love is something that doesn't come right away. It's something that you grow in with that person. I believe that you like that person and grow into true love. What do we think about that, panel? I think that's powerful.
People don't know what true love is. Right. I think that's the thing. They don't know what true love is. They have this exterior. They have this exterior and a little bit beneath the skin type of love. It never reaches the heart.
Let me ask you a question. How can you say that you love somebody and you ain't willing to go through nothing with them?
Right. There you go.
A relationship is a process.
Yes.
A lot of when people start talking about why do modern relationships struggle, it was never really a relationship.
Exactly.
Because a relationship is like we've gotten inside a boat and we ain't getting out. But people jump one leg in the boat and one leg out of the boat the whole time you build it.
Yeah.
So you couldn't never really build because the second leg was never in the boat.
Yes.
You might have one party with their full body in, and then you got the other party with their leg halfway out of the boat. So guess what? We can't never build anything because the boat is sinking to the right hand side because your leg's still out. And if a wave come, it's gonna tilt the whole boat over.
Yeah.
Which
is situations in life.
A lot of us are looking for somebody who are just like us in a relationship instead of somebody who is complimenting us in a relationship.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you, we can say all of this, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why it struggles is because God's not in the forefront of the relationship. Right. There's no way possible for a relationship to work if God is not in it, through it, with it, centered, behind it, everything. It would not work.
I agree.
That's the only way they're gonna stay together too. Right now, all of these divorce relationships, I feel like even with the marriages that have been divorced or whatever the situation may be, you can get in and say God was in it or this and this and that, but did you work it with God to the best of your ability? Because families are totally destroyed because God was not in the relationship. So I totally agree to that.
So one of our Facebook users just said, how long are we supposed to wait for that man to open up? After a while, it gets tiresome, especially if I keep reassuring you that it's a safe place and no judgment.
You know, I think it's one of those things where every person is different.
Yeah.
And you might have to figure out, every person has, you have to figure out how to get to him. Put in some work. See, here's what I'm saying. I think that when we meet ladies have expectations of what men should be, what we should do. And it goes both ways. Y'all have to put in some work. You want us to put in some work and protect. We protect y'all physically. Y'all have to protect us, I think, spiritually. You know, let us know when something don't feel right, baby. I don't like that. So you protect each other. That's the thing I think we're missing.
I think
and then not only that, a lot of women try to change a man.
Yeah, that's it.
A lot of women try to change
That's
a man.
interchangeable. That's interchangeable. That's a mind thing. I think people try to change each other.
Right.
Men try to change women and women try to change men. And I think we're not honest. I just want to go back to what you said, Mr. Church, in terms of us not being honest.
Yo, it happened just when she got good.
Bottom line, the answer to that question, how long you supposed to wait, it comes with maturity. If you're willing to wait, or whatever you're waiting for, whatever you want to
do you have something worth waiting for? Because if you don't have something worth waiting for, it's a waste of time. You 5 years down the road, and guess what? You already kind of knew the end result. See, one thing about it, like, and I want to use my wife and myself for example. My wife kind of knew I was a good man, but she didn't really know. Because she didn't know about my relationship with God. She didn't know. All she knew, I was a kind of in the streets guy, and she didn't know that I was raised right, groomed right. So our relationship was started out based on sex, having fun, hanging out, cutting up, but she seen the potential. The difference between her and all the other women was she was willing to wait to see the end result. When I said, hey, I'm tired of fooling around, I'm tired of cutting up, I'm getting ready to get my life together. See, she stuck around until I got that implanted in my mind. And sometimes women aren't willing to wait. Sometimes women aren't willing to say, hey, I know I got something good here, and guess what? Because I know he's good, I'm gonna give him some time to get himself together. See, because if you don't get, because the man ain't really for sure about you.
If the truth be
told,
told,
you understand what I'm saying? Well, he's not really for sure that you're gonna do what's necessary. So guess what? While you putting that pressure on him and you putting that weight on him and you controlling him and you doing this, like my wife kind of let me kind of go free while we was dating. She was doing what she do. I done what I done. We get together, hang out, cuddle up, and we got more passionate about each other as time went along. Right. And some people don't, because see, you got to understand, when you're dating, guess what? You ain't married, but you want to control the man like you married, or the man wants to control the woman like she's married to him. So guess what? The relationship can't be built because both parties are feeling like they're being controlled.
Yeah.
And people get in relationships too soon sometimes too.
Exactly.
They're too soon. Like you wasn't even really supposed to, you don't even like the person. How you in a relationship with someone you don't like? You know how many people marry people that they don't like?
I think it's
either they light skinned, they wanted their baby to be light, he got good benefits.
Yes.
He drive a Mercedes. He make $150,000 a year. He already own his home. She already own his home. Her home. How about that?
Right.
Huh?
But the issue is
the things you talking about is kind of my story, right? Let me tell you, like when me and my wife got together, she already had the house. When me and my wife got together, I remember, I was in the streets. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Church was in the streets. I came home from prison. We already dated for 8 years before I went to prison, on and off, on and off. I got women, she got her little men or whatever. We get together, do what we do. when we do whatever we do, right?
Tell it.
So,
Tell it. Tell it.
Lo and behold,
Y'all
I
just in the
wound
middle.
up, go to prison. She looks for me, come to my mother house, spend time with my mama, know all my family. Hey, I want to see them. No, I don't want to see nobody. I'm getting my life together. When I come home from prison, she was a church girl. She grew up in the church, loved God, go to church every Wednesday, every Friday, every Sunday. She would leave church on Friday night and meet me at the club. We do what we do, might stay till Sunday. Sunday morning, she getting up, going to church. Guess what? She never knew I was in church. She never knew I knew anything about God. Guess what? I grew up in church. I ushered in church. I sung in the choir in church. I was a junior steward. I love God. I played the tambourine in the church. You understand what I'm saying? Let's just be real. But she never knew that guy. Yeah. Because he was hid with the lifestyle I was living. Guess what? Now we together. We own houses. Guess what? I bought houses, got trucks, all kind of stuff. But guess what? When I came home from prison, her kids gave me sneakers. She gave me $50. I said, when I get my life together, you will never have to worry about it. For the last 10 years, she haven't had to pay a bill. You understand what I'm saying? So guess what? It depends on how you wait and if you know what you're waiting for.
Again, maturity of the individual.
Right. I think Kim wanted to say something. Kim, what do you want to say?
I was just gonna say, every relationship starts off with a foundation, and depending on what that foundation is gonna determine most likely where that relationship is gonna end. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people start off lying about who they are, what they really want, and what.
Oh, she was getting good.
Come on, Coach.
You
be
getting good.
Good.
Yeah, she
yeah.
getting good. She'll probably pop back in. Hopefully, yeah.
What she's really saying, that's really why they went to COVID masks, because everybody started on these masks and all these things to cover up who they really are versus showing who, you were made to be, show the real person.
But this is the thing I was saying to my girlfriend the other day.
She's back.
Hold on, she's back.
Okay. What I was saying was, all you have is a person's word and what they say and what they tell you. So once you get into it, it's a getting to know you process, getting to know you stage. So once you get into that and you get to the point, let's say you're a year down the road and hey, you're there and we say, okay, we're going to get married. Once you get married, you don't know a lot of things are revealed about that person until after the fact, after you're in so long. And it's like, okay, we could say, yes, we could be patient and wait for this person to get where they need to be and stuff like that. But at the same time, why couldn't that person be honest about who they were? Because if you're honest, a lot of times a person can work with that better than they can if you lie to them. Because now the trust has been broken. It's a rocket foundation. So we have a foundation built off of lies.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't.
But I would also add that I find that people can't be honest about who they are when they don't know who they are.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Quickens to tell you who I'm 100 and stuff. You don't even know you. You don't know you. So therefore, I can listening to that madness. But
you might start out being one person in a relationship, and day to day you change.
Yeah, because more pieces of that person is unfolding. Things you don't even necessarily know exist in you is unfolding.
No, but can we stay there? So if when you say someone can't be honest about who they are because they don't know who they are, so should they be dating? Are people out there dating who shouldn't be dating?
As if they can be. And that's what we have going on
as a people, do we have the potential to recognize that person?
Right. That's the part. Do we know who we are?
Sometimes we're looking with the inner man and not looking the way we're supposed to.
Yeah, what you say, Eric?
Well, the only way, the answer to the Chinwe question, should they be dating? In order for a football player to play football, he has to play football.
Yeah.
So how do you become a husband unless you are married?
You got to practice before you get real good.
Yes.
No,
No, he's
As-
making a
as-
good point. He making a good
as
point.
we do in the military, sometimes you have to train as you fight, and
Right.
along with training as you fight, you're going to make mistakes along the way, and you're
Yes.
going to find out, are you ready to go to war for the battle? So
That's good.
that person probably can be in a relationship if that companion or that female or male is there to go through it with them.
Right.
And that's how we all have been in and out of relationship. It didn't work. We weren't fitted. We didn't match. We weren't, that
That's good.
that partnership.
And let me say this too. I think one of the problems a lot of us make is just really stop trying to have fun. You really want to know you owe it to yourself to know every single thing about that person. And I think that sometimes whenever we get in a relationship, we don't try to find out everything. We just get caught up in the moment. We're in love, we're having fun, having sex, going to the movies, going out to eat. But you need to know everything about their past. You need to know you need to really know everything as much as you can. And I don't think all the time we don't do
know
that.
everything.
No,
Yeah, but at least try. I don't think we really try. I just think
Or understand the mind of that person. So,
Yeah.
for instance, because a lot of people have secrets that they go into the grave with. That's
Right.
That's
Everybody
what she's
do.
saying. Right. But you can understand the mind of a person, how they think. And that's what's sad, that people really don't know their partner. I really want to applaud E on what he said. I'm in total agreement with your last comment. I went to a conference yesterday, and the preacher that did the conference, he said something so profound. He said, "My wife married a boy." This is accolades of a yardstick, degrees of a yardstick. I mean, multi-talented, very successful man in his career, and now a preacher career, secular and in the kingdom. But he acknowledged when he got married at 23, 22, he said, "I was a boy." He said, "I was a hot mess."
I would probably agree with it.
What you see today is a result of a marriage. It took time.
Trials and error.
Trials and I think that's something that we miss. That too quickly, and Mr. Church was hitting on it.
Microwave
We got one
relationship.
leg out, one leg in the boat. Too quickly are we ready to acquit and call it quits and ready for divorce, and we're not ready to go through anything with anyone. And I think we all have to personally define what marriage means for us. For me, I say it's my person. I choose you. Marriage is maintenance. I choose you for cancer, for foreclosure, for graduation, demotion, buying a new house, having children. I choose.
And that goes by what Eric was saying, right?
You gotta choose someone, and you gotta go through it.
But a lot of times that's easier said than done. People say that, guess what? Ecclesiastes 5:5 in the Bible says, "If thou vowest a vow unto God, it's better to pay it than to say you've made an error. Wherefore God has no pleasure in fools." People show up and vow this vow to God week after week, month after month, year after year. Guess what? At the end of the day, soon as one little thing happened, I wish I ain't never knew you. I wish we didn't come together. I wish you ain't never show up at my house.
You
have
picked
to
the right
understand.
book. Ecclesiastes means the chosen one. You got to choose one.
And
I mean, honestly, you have to choose
battle.
and know. Yeah, yes, it
like
is.
when you see the perfect relationship ain't the relationship.
And it
That's
ain't
the one
perfect.
that put on the show.
Right,
for
it
you.
ain't perfect, right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's the one that come out, get themselves together after they walked out the door. They done fussed in the house for 2 hours before they come before the people, baby. Let me tell you, marriage is an everyday struggle. If it's perfect, something ain't right. It's work every day.
Work every day.
Every day.
Yep.
Every
This
day.
was
That
good,
relationship
guys.
is going to
This was
struggle, man.
Should I-
Because
check
if
this
it
out, guys.
didn't, it wouldn't be no need for the devil. It wouldn't be no need for the enemy. That means the enemy doesn't have a job to do.
I'm gonna say this last comment. The struggle is what make me love her even more.
Uh-oh.
Come
I like
on,
that
E.
one. I like that one. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
That's
Shout
the
out to
part
right there.
that I love.
Or even
I'm
You
more.
go
clapping
through the
for
struggle.
that
Yeah.
right
Going
there.
through the
right
Sure.
there.
struggle, the actual going through the struggle.
And coming out on the other
Coming
side smiling together.
Yep.
because that
That's
allows you
what
to know that
makes
she
Yeah.
got your back and you have hers.
That's a
Right.
unique mindset.
Sometimes
Right.
they don't.
So tell you what,
really
guys,
want
we're
to
at the end of the day. So we're gonna go ahead and end it right here. But hey, it was fun.
It was good.
This was fun. I miss you guys, man. And shout out to our new members, man. Glad you guys are here with us. Hey, it's Savage,
Miss
man.
Coach K, where did she go?
I think we lost us.
Oh,
Maybe we get Savage up here sometime. Other than that, I am out, you guys.
Thanks to all the viewers.
You gotta
Thank
yeah,
you,
think about-
viewers.
and the comments were good.
Comments. Thank you, guys.
Bye,
Everybody have a
Denise.
good day.
Great night.
You too.
Church, appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah.
Love y'all,
Oh
man.
yeah. Bye, babe. Bye, Tisa, Eric,
Bye,
and
Bye.
And
All right.